Good evening, I'm Hilton Chow and this is a 60-minute interview. Tonight we're going to be focusing on an African country, Kangan. And tonight we have a special guest, Mr. Dibaya Oyibo. How are you, Mr. Oyibo?
Good.
The story will continue in a moment.
So, Mr. Oyibo, I noticed that you're using a pendant. Is there a reason behind it?
Yes, it has a special meaning behind it. Diabo Igbo means doctors in Igbo language, which is the language we speak in Kangan, back in my hometown.
So why doctor?
The reason I choose doctor as my pen name is that doctor is a career that helps people to cure patients. So some doctors can cure a patient physically, like when they're injured, they can cure them. But I want to be a doctor that can cure them mentally. There's a lot of problems in my country right now, and I want to, as a poet, I want to use my stuff. I want to use my poem to help them to solve my country's problems.
You mentioned about problems. Can you tell some problems that's in your country, or issues that you're concerned with?
Of course, after the new government was formed, people's life did not get any better, but rather it became worse. For example, people in Kangan are starving right now because the food is so expensive. The government just raised the food price and people don't have enough food to eat, and this is horrible in my country right now.
Wow, that sounds pretty bad. Can you give me more information on this new government?
Sure. 2 years ago, when this guy named Sam, or our new leader, we call him Your Highness, he came into power with a military coup, and with his military power, he took over the old government, and he formed this new government, the Kangan. It's like a democratic country, and he claims that he put all the power, since it's democracy kind of style country, so he put all the power into people's hand. So people have right to vote, they have rights, but however, that's not really the case. That's not what's really happening around in Kangan right now.
So, that sounds pretty bad. So you said that the truth is that the government didn't really bring any good to the country. Can you tell me what negative impact that it actually brings to the country then?
Sure. After this new government was formed, as I mentioned before, there's people don't have enough food to eat, and the price of the food is really high. And the other thing is that the whole society is not stable right now, since this Sam is having all the powers by himself. So there's a lot of revolutions going on in Kangan right now. And for me, I'm a poet, so I write stuff. I write poems to support those revolutionary things. And for me, freedom of speech is one of the most important things to me. The government did not give us any freedom of speech.
So freedom of speech, why is it why are you so concerned about it? Why do you care about it so much?
Well, as I mentioned before, I'm a poet. As writing poems what I do for a living. And nowadays, after the new government was formed, I write poems to support those revolutionary soldiers, and I write those poems to criticize the government itself. So freedom of speech for me is a really important thing, because after I started criticizing the government started to take away my power and take away my rights. Since last time I read a poem about criticizing the government and telling the revolutionary soldiers to fight up, to stand up against them, I even got put in jail for that. It's really ridiculous. They put me in jail because I write a revolutionary poem. There's no freedom of speech at all in Kangan right now.
I hope you're fine with this. Can you just share the poem that you got arrested?
Sure, of course. I'm really willing to share. Here's I have it online. Here, sure. I will just read it. Arise, dear workers, from your slumbers. Arise, dear prisoners of one. For reasons he revolts, now thunders, and at last, and the age of come. Always with all your power. Always fight with your will. Fight for right. Stood up against the evil. Fight. Fight. Freedom is in front of you.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. No wonder you got arrested.
Yeah.
So you live in the United States, right?
Yes.
So how do you like it here so far?
It's really good. It's really good here.
So, so comparing the United States to Kangan, what would you say, like, what are some differences?
Wow, there's actually a lot of differences. Like, first of all, the air is much better here. Like, the whole environment just feels nice, and people are really nice to each other here. And second of all, I think like people are happy here. Not like back in Kangan, people are not happy with our government. But here, like in America, I heard a lot of my friends like talking about the government. Like, although I still heard some like criticism about them, but still, like overall, I heard really good stuff about it. And for me, it's really good here. Like I have like a really nice environment. So that's probably like one of the major differences from compared here and to America and with Kangan.
Nice. So if today we give you a chance to talk to a leader of Kangan, what would you say to them?
Wow, that's a really good question. So after, like, I might not have much to say before when I was in Kangan, but right now, after I came to America, I realized a few things. First of all, like, freedom of speech, as I mentioned before, was one of like the biggest concerns that I have towards the Kangan government. And for me, like here in America, my friend tell me that everybody like here has the right to have the right to freedom of speech. So like it was impressive, and it was like even unthinkable back in Kangan, because like if I have that, or if everybody can talk, I think the whole Kangan government will be just a better place. Second of all, like I think back in Kangan, the society is unstable. There's like a lot of revolutions going on. I think that's probably one of the reasons that like people don't like the government in general. But here in America, the political system is very stable. People are happy about their lives in general, and I think for me, if I want to talk to Sam, Mr. President, I would say that like give us more rights, especially freedom of speech. Like let everybody speak up, and the whole country will change, and it will improve to a better country.
Oh, that was a very great conversation.
Thank
you
you
very much.
Thank you.